All right, today's video, we're gonna be in the Chiefs defensive playbook. We're gonna be in the nickel 3-3. I'm gonna show you guys a blitz that you can be using. It's kind of like the dive 3-2 variants, the big nickel. Kind of works the same way. Follow my lead. I'll take you guys to the promised land. Before we get into it, drop a like, subscribe, become members. Full scheme breakdowns in the members area. We have wild trips, Pats, the W gun bunch, offset. We have the dime 3-2, trips tight end and stuff like that. So it's all in there. Everything that worked for Madden 25 will work this year. Trust me, because I'm using the same blitz setups. You know what I'm saying? Now the 3-3 right here, as far as personnel, in this position, I have a cornerback, but you want your second fastest, right? I mean, you could put your fastest if you're gonna be running the zone variant. So we can come over here to the coaching depth chart, show you guys how to do this. Just go to your depth chart and then you wanna hold the right trigger and go to your cornerback. So it'd be CB right here. And as far as speed, we're looking at Gardner, he's 93 speed. Eccles is 93 speed. Converse is 93. Carter's already 93 speed as well. So we got the right guy in the right position, unless we had someone faster than that. It's down here, but I don't see it. 93 speed, so we're good as far as corners. You also have Davis as safeties. Remember that these safeties for speed, you can actually try to queue in and get them on your, as far as replacing your linebackers. So right here, remember Davis. Okay, Davis is probably gonna be a good pick. T. Adams. Let's look. All right, let's just see who's where. Okay, so right here, we're gonna go ahead and go back to our depth chart here. We got Carter there. Let's see if we can go ahead and put, okay, so now we can't here. We got Clark. That would mean that this guy is somewhere. Okay, Davis is here, good positioning here. But it is a zone, you could actually flip these guys around. But for this video, we're just gonna go ahead and put the safeties, okay? We'll leave Mosley there. We want Mosley there, and then we'll go ahead and put Mills here. Name of the first play right here is going to be the Tampa 2 as far as adjustments. We're gonna leave this on off, auto alignment. You can set it to base, okay, for the blitz. So you can set that to base. Tampa 2 is the play. And let's just go against verticals to see how the actual defense reacts against certain offenses. All right, so first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna press. Now, do you really wanna press when you're running cover 2? Probably not, and we'll allow the CPU to cook us over the left side of the field. Next thing we're gonna do is spread the D-line, left on the D-pad, left stick up, and then QB contain. Okay, RB, R1 twice. You're gonna get this. We just want to move this guy a little bit closer, but we don't want him to get the contain art. Remember, very crucial that you understand this part. You do not want them to get the contain art. You want him to be out here. Then we're gonna pass commit if we know it's a pass. RB, R1 right stick up, and then we'll go ahead and play right here. Now, like I said, if you're facing someone that's running cover 2, you want to try to go over the cloud flats, right? You want to get behind the cloud flats on the corner off to the sidelines. Let's see if this guy does it. Now with my user, I am the hook zone curl right here, okay? I'm gonna be playing this area, so when I jump from the line, I'm going that way. And then let's just see what he does. Here. And that's exactly what is going to happen if you're not careful, okay? So here's what you do. You're gonna go ahead and press, and you're just gonna man up these guys on the outside, okay? Like this. Bring this guy in here. And theoretically, it doesn't even matter if they're running verticals. I would still do this anyway, right? And then we go ahead and just snap the ball, play this guy here, and you'll notice that there's not a lot he can do. It's a 4-man pass rush, forcing him to block his running back if they're not careful. Now, what we're looking for is kind of like the other variants that we run with this guy looping around. Sometimes he gets picked up, sometimes he doesn't. Right there, he would have got around if the guy stays in the pocket, but the computer knows I'm coming, son, so that's why he goes to the right. But that's why we spread the D-line so this guy can shed and the contains will actually work. So you got a real nice 4-man. And like I said, I use these religiously. Trust me, son, I use them religiously. It's pretty much my main defense is that setup. Okay, so press again, bring this guy in, QB contain. Like this, okay? Like that. And that's how I'm gonna run it. Now, obviously, the running back can go on a flag and just put him on a hot route, and that's where the chess match comes into play. Okay, so just so you know, again, here we'll run this way. That was a nice pick. Did I set it up right? I don't even know if I think I set it up right. Yeah, it had to have been set up right. Do it again. It's like anything, right? It's like anything that you run. I don't think I spread the D-line. Make sure you spread the D-line. I think that's where I messed up. You gotta spread the D-line. There he goes looping around, and he just doesn't have a lot of options. You know what I mean? Drop the ball, drop the ball. Doesn't have a lot of options in that play, and for the most part, most of the time it comes in. Now, if you don't want to man these guys up, right, you can just press them and then back them off, okay? So you can go over here, just back them off manually, like that. There's nothing wrong, nothing saying you can't. This guy might be too close. That might be the problem, but we want to stand in here. I think one of these right here is the issue, but like I said, gameplay is going to work phenomenal. Trust me, son. In game, there it goes right there. It's happening again. You see that, right? That's what we're looking for. And that's what typically happens in my gameplays when we're running this. Now, do you want to make cover 2 your main defense? Probably not, right? Because it's not that great. However, this blitzing right here, you'll see the guy coming off the edge just scraping, and he's going to chase him down. So you're already being chased, you're already being pressured. And then if you try to roll out, since he's trying to roll out, he meets this guy. If he doesn't roll out, then he meets this guy, right? So one or the other, he's gonna have to make a read quick. And with that defense, it's a little bit harder. So that is the first one. Now let's say, I don't wanna run that defense, man. I don't like running cover 2. Well, lucky for you, there's another play in here, okay? And it's called the nickel 3 blitz, nickel blitz 3. Same thing, okay? Let's go ahead and go against, if someone's running verticals on you, it's a perfect defense to run because they match up nice. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna spread the D-line, QB contain. We're gonna move this guy down like this. We're gonna take ourselves off the blitz, put ourselves in a spy. Trust me, you need to do this part, and then we're going to pass commit if we know it's a pass, okay? So this would be the setup for the cover 3 variant. And you wanna take yourself off a blitz because the CPU knows you're coming, so they'll adjust the blitzing pattern. I mean, the blocking for that blitz, right? So let's take ourselves and put ourselves on a spy. Here we can sit low, and there goes those guys again, and I get to pick because I was sitting underneath waiting for that right there. Now, like I said, this blitz depends on the quarterback moving around the pocket. If you leave yourself like right here, make sure we spread the D-line. Let's say if we leave ourselves right here on the blitz. I mean, it could still work, but I just don't. Yeah, it kind of works, but not really. I would just take myself off the blitz. It's more successful that way. And you can try to press, by all means. Let's go ahead and put ourselves on a blue. Remember, we want this play art the way it looks on the left side. That's the seller to this whole thing, bro. It sells it. Here, we want to come around, and there it goes again. That's what we're looking for. He knows that the left side's not going to get blocked because the CPU cheats. That's just the way it goes. But instant replay, he already knows. That's why he runs that way, right? You see this guy looping on the left side? My guy's got eyes behind his back, but this is the guy we're banking on most of the time on our gameplays. What's going to happen is you're going to force your opponent to block his running back because this guy will loop around free. And trust me, when people snap the ball in line, they're not doing what this guy's doing. They don't just sit there like that, okay? They're going to drop back a little bit further, and this is where this guy's blitz gets amplified, meaning the further you step back, he changes his angle on the fly, right? So he'll change his angle to get you. Like, no, this guy's not gonna block him. There's no way this guy comes around or this guy comes around and blocks him in time in a game setting when the quarterback steps back further, because his angle changes, everything changes, and this guy never reaches him. That's why it's so successful in my gameplays, man. That's why you'll see people have to move their running back to block over. And that's what we want. We want to make sure that they're blocking their running back against a 4-man. You know what I'm saying? It's against a 4-man, so it just makes it that much more harder to stop, bro. Trust me when I tell you, it works. Now you can try to spread the D-line out first. That way you get different angles as far as your defense. But I just don't think you need it. I honestly just don't think you need it. There it goes again, and my man can't do nothing about it. Like I said, he already knows that the guy's gonna wrap around the left side. And I would say, like, let's see real quick. Yeah, he'll wrap around the left side. And most of the time people, I mean, you got the good players that step up in the pocket, and those guys, you got to be careful with them. That's when you start pitching and crashing down on your defensive line. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. If someone's trying to run off into the pocket, there's different setup. You don't have to just use that setup. You can come down here, right? So it'll be pinch the D-line, crash him down, QB contain, and still keep this guy on the outside. Make sure he doesn't have the art, right? And then you'll just stand here, pass commit. Like I said, if a quarterback's trying to run, and then you'll still have the same effect. If he drops back in the pocket, then the guy wraps around the left side. It's not gonna happen because it's the AI, it's the CPU, right? But for the most part, you'll when you play with it in game, and like I said, I'll use it in gameplay so you guys can see it working. But stay tuned for that. But use these blitzes, man. These 2 defensive plays, you can make it work pretty much out of the man defense as well. Just a little bit harder to come by. But the cover 3 and the cover 2 one is really good. They've been good for a couple of years. So make sure you drop a like. Love you guys, man. Peace.